folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this podcast. This is Doug from News and Views by Doug. So, this podcast is my observations and opinions on world events, politics, pretty much anything I feel like talking about. And I hope you will enjoy these videos. And if you do, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Leave comments. Even if you don't agree with what I have to say, leave a comment. So today's topic is Tom Steyer, who's a multi-billionaire who's running for office as the governor of California as a Democrat, a progressive Democrat. Now, many of you have probably seen his commercials out there. And, this man has ran for president. He's done a lot of things in his life. He's a multi-billionaire. And in my personal opinion, kind of a hypocrite. So how did Tom make his money? He was the head of Fairlawn, which was a hedge fund company. When it first started, it was valued at under $10 million, and I think it's now up to $60 billion. And he finally retired from there as a multi-billionaire. And he got involved in California politics, spending his money, and just has tried to be a major influence in California. But let's talk about how he made his money with Fairlawn. Let me read this online, and this way we have some facts. So he made his fortune running Fairlawn, which was managing $20 billion by the time he left the company. He is a billionaire, and Steyer is known for having taken high risk on distressed assets with volatile markets. He stepped down in 2012, and he wanted to focus on alternative energy. He decided to dispose of his carbon-polluting investments, and also critics say he did not dispose of them quickly enough, and noted that the lifespan of the facilities he funded would extend through the year 2030. In a 2014 New York Times article, said coal mining companies that Fairlawn invested in or lent money to under Steyer had increased in the Maules Creek coal mine. They increased their production to 70 million tons annually. Prior to Steyer leaving Fairlawn, a student activist group called Unfairlawn criticized the company for investments in companies with anti-environmental policies. And something else, it said his firm was formerly invested in fossil fuels, coal mines, coal-fired power plants, and suddenly he got a change of heart. Now he's an environmentalist. So here's another way that Tom made money. We know that he's very much anti-ICE, and he has made his TV ads where he calls ICE agents armed thugs roaming California. And he wants to pass laws that would arrest ICE agents for doing their job. Now, we already know how that works. We talked about it yesterday. The Ninth Circuit Court of the United States decided that California's law that was passed last year, that the ICE agents would have to identify themselves with name tags and they couldn't wear a mask. And the Ninth Circuit Court, which is a federal court, came back with, nope, sorry, unconstitutional, California. That the supremacy clause of the Constitution says the feds trump, you like that? They trump state law. So all these states and cities that are trying to pass these laws against ICE, it's not going to work. But that's not what Tom's telling you. But let's find out about Tom. He doesn't like ICE. Now, when ICE does arrest immigration or people for immigration crimes, they put them in detention centers before they can deport them. They put him in a lot of facilities owned by Core Civics. And Core is a company that Tom invested in. He made his money from private prisons. And now he's anti-ICE. So let's read about that. In 2016, some critics noted that Fairlawn had invested in private prisons while Steyer was leading the hedge fund. According to SEC filings, Steyer was at the helm as the hedge fund purchased nearly $90 million of Corrections Corporation of America. So a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to Tom Steyer's. Now I'm going to throw up two images. One was from this last debate that he was having against the other candidates for governor of California. And here's this guy in a suit and tie, but he loves wearing tennis shoes. It's not too governor looking. You know, how do you take the man seriously when he won't dress professionally? Even, a suit and tie and white tennis shoes. And I'm sorry, he's an old man. He's not some kid, but loves his tennis shoes. So anyways, I know that's minor. It's petty. It's just something I observe. So Tom Steyers is not the man that we need running California. After Gavin Newsom has destroyed this state, along with all the Democrats in the state assembly and state senate, everybody bitches about the price of stuff, the gas tax, the cost of living, the homelessness. But are you going to keep voting for the same thing? That just makes no sense. California needs a change. And, here's the sad thing. Even if one of the two Republicans wins the governorship, they're going to have to fight tooth and nail with the state assembly and state senate because those people are corrupt. We see it all the time. All the fraud, all the bad laws, all the taxes that they want us to pay. So that's my opinion. What's yours?